Bengaluru continues to remain as the leading hub for education, innovation and industry collaborations. To speak more about this transformation, today we are joined by a special guest, Miss Avishka Punja. Thank you for speaking to etnow.in. To begin with, I would like to ask you the vision of Nitte University and what truly sets it apart in today's educational landscape.
Thank you. Nitte, deemed to be university, aims to create and build a humane society through academic excellence. Nitte University, Bangalore specifically, has a lot of institutions within it. And the overarching vision here is to develop students into becoming socially responsible global citizens. And the vision can be further articulated using certain key elements, starting with innovation, research and learning. We foster intellectual growth among our students. We ensure that they are creatively and critically thinking and that they undertake meaningful research. In order to do so, competency is an important element.
Absolutely.
Competency is how you do tasks effectively, efficiently. And we want our students to be able to integrate their skills, behaviors and knowledge in a competent manner. Speaking about ethics and integrity and professional ethics per se, these are factors that are helping the way in which competency can be applied amongst our students. When you talk about integrity, it's something that comes from within. It's someone's personal values, but that's shaped by your surroundings, such as our educational institution. And when students go into the real world, there's something called professionalism, professional ethics that they need to cultivate as well, a certain standard that governs their behaviors. And if you move away from individual excellence, there is also a broader commitment, a commitment to the community and a commitment to the nation in terms of nation building. So we encourage our students to participate in societal development activities and have a sense of civic responsibility, because eventually they're going to go out to the real world. And I think the most important element is one about social compassion and respect for others. It truly grounds our students, and we encourage our students to be socially responsible in all aspects, to be deeply rooted in empathy for others and respect for others. So in essence, when you study at university, it is a very formative influence and it shapes students, a shaping force before they go out into the real world. So as an institution, our vision is that all our students are able to embody all of these elements and succeed and excel at any career or any opportunity they pursue outside of our university.
Absolutely well said, in fact, couldn't agree more. But I would like to understand, right, in today's fast-paced world, a strong integration between education and industry is pertinent. I would like to understand how is Nitte University Bengaluru campus preparing students to be job ready?
At Nitte University, we ensure there's strong industry integration. We also offer industry interaction. We have a lot of initiatives that we have undertaken, starting with industry members as a representative in Board of Studies. So each department has an industry member part of the Board of Studies. This is relevant because it helps to ensure the academic programs are aligned to the industry and remain relevant throughout the year. We also have this helping us with our accreditations. Moving on and further towards this point, we have an industry advisory committee. So this committee is again part of every department and also includes academic experts. What they essentially do is provide continuous feedback and constructive insights into our curriculum, our skills, our programs that we have on campus. And this is very essential to make sure that the students are also aligned with the industry needs. And it yields further benefits to students, in fact, in the form of them being able to access industry certifications, being able to access industry-funded projects, and also state-of-the-art laboratory infrastructure and developments as well. So we take this further and invite guest lecturers. It can be experts from the industry and also our alumni.
Right.
So this is important because as a student, if I hear someone talking about their experiences in the real world and industry, and they are from the same institution, it creates an additional connection that is very useful for our students.
Okay.
And beyond this, we also encourage every department to design an organized and well-structured industry visit This could be anything from an IT hub, innovation incubator. They can be in research centers, manufacturing plants. So this helps students broaden their understanding and holistic view about what exactly happens within these industries, which is really helpful for them moving on into the future.
Right.
We also, in fact, have a best practice of our faculties being encouraged to go into the industry themselves. So when the faculty is in the field, they're able to gain knowledge and expertise from there and then impart that knowledge to our students directly. So it's called a faculty industry shadow program, which is very beneficial, as we've seen as the years have gone by. And if you look at it from purely a student perspective, an integral part of our academic curriculum is experiential learning. So in the form of industry internships, where students go out in their final year into the industry and work there. So they gain first-hand knowledge, first-hand insights into what's happening. It helps bridge the gap between their theoretical knowledge in their classrooms and actually practical application of it. So it creates a full circle for them, which is very essential. And more than just being in the industry, it's also important to look at their skills and how career ready they are even before they go for internships. So we have thoughtfully curated classes for our students. So this could be anything from soft skill training to aptitude training to technical training. So this is a comprehensive effort from our end to ensure students are well equipped with all the requirements and all the skills that they need to be job ready and future ready. So this is helping them integrate into the industry better moving forward.
Well, it's very well to know. In fact, you give all the real world experiences for the student experiences concerned. Well, Ms. Avishka, you know that Bengaluru gives a proximity to the world's largest concentration as far as startup ecosystems and biotechs and startups are concerned. But I would like to understand from you, what is Nitte offering its students in terms of exposures and opportunities?
As you rightly mentioned, Bangalore has almost 4,000 plus MNCs currently, and it's going to grow every day. And Bangalore is called the tech and innovation hub of India. So the biggest access that people have or students have in Bangalore is key industry access. If you look at the industries and sectors, across multiple of them, we have large companies that have established a presence in Bangalore. Within the IT and tech sector, we have the likes of TCS, Accenture, Infosys. Among the electronic manufacturers and hardware specialists, we have the likes of Nvidia and Samsung. Key automotive players as well, like Mercedes-Benz, Autoliv, Bosch. And even in the aerospace sector, we have a huge player like Boeing. This clearly indicates that Bangalore is the place to be in terms of a tech and innovation hub. And if you also look closely, we have some noteworthy organizations like the Indian Institute of Sciences, ISRO as well. And actually, Bangalore is increasingly becoming one of the top research clusters for defense research specifically. We have the likes of ADE, which is the Aeronautical Development Establishment, and the CAIR, which is the Center for Artificial Intelligence and Robotics. So it's a great place to start for any student.
Absolutely.
And if you look at the amount of tech access, it's not just that, it also leads to networking opportunities with professionals that our students and faculty can leverage, and we encourage them to do so because they can speak to professionals by participating in tech summits, in conclaves, hackathons. Any platform that calls for people from the industry can lead to meaningful connections and networks that will take both our students and faculty much ahead in their careers in the future. And if you look at life even before getting placed, our students have a better advantage to secure industry internships in these companies, in these industries, which we often encourage students to do so. We send them to startup pavilions, to incubators, spaces where innovation is taking place real time, so they can learn a lot from these situations that they can be placed in. So essentially, Bangalore having access to industries and technology along with such a vibrant ecosystem helps our students understand what the current trends are in terms of technology, innovation, and also realize future trends, which is very important for them moving ahead in their future careers. And to add to this strategic advantage for our students is actually the fact that Bangalore has a very diverse migrant population.
Yes, couldn't
More
agree
than
more.
half, I mean, you can agree, more than half of the population is from all over India.
Yeah.
So this creates a very holistic environment. There's linguistic openness. We have people from different cultures, backgrounds, and language opportunities where you can not just speak the local language, but any other language and probably, find a new friend who is from the same background. So I think that's important as a student, because if you don't live in Bangalore and you come here, you can make new connections in that sense as well. And given our dense population in Bangalore, we also have a number of colleges, almost 200 plus colleges in this city. That leaves an opportunity for peer learning, which is very important as a student, because you don't just want to learn from professionals, but you also want to learn from your peers. You want to be motivated by them, inspired by them. And collaborative thinking, teamwork are essential skills that take anyone really far in life. So in summation, being in Bangalore is not just about essential skills in terms of technology and innovation, but it's also about your social growth as an individual and a student. And we encourage both these aspects of learner development, especially being in a city as dynamic as Bangalore.
Well, Nitte is known for fostering innovation. Can you tell us how is the university preparing students for emerging technologies and future careers?
At our university, we teach students subjects like quantum materials, electric vehicles, sustainable technology, AI, and cybersecurity. And these are topics that are constantly evolving, and the curriculum also needs to evolve in order to match those new expectations and new requirements.
I get it.
We also offer our students industry certifications. So this helps our students understand emerging technologies directly from the industry, what they require, because that is what they will ultimately go into the wider world and undertake as their professions. We also encourage students not just to focus on one stream of thought. So we encourage interdisciplinary learning amongst our students. So we help them shift their focus from not just their primary domain, but also to other subject areas. This is through minor specializations, because when students are able to access more than just one subject area or domain, it then fosters, innovation, creative thinking, which is what we want our students to be able to have in terms of a skill set. And we also offer them certain skill programs and industry courses, as mentioned.
Right.
And when you think about innovation and emerging technologies, it's not just about the theoretical aspect of it or the learning aspect. You need to have practical implications. Students are very much encouraged to practice innovation in a number of skill labs that we have on campus. We have partnered with Capgemini for a 5G and a PLM lab for this. We also have certain courses such as the Oracle Academy, the Cisco Academy, Amazon Skill Lab, which is very real world application for students and technology, which is very essential for them. We in fact also have a training module on technology that's designed by NASSCOM. So it's something that students can definitely, use in their future careers as well. We also encourage people from the industry to come and speak about, what's happening in the industry, guest lecture series, expert lecture series. And moving beyond that, we have professors of practice on this campus. Essentially, people who are in real-time industry jobs, but also depart that knowledge. So they are working as well as teaching. So there's no better combination than that, because emerging technologies are essentially brought into the classroom through these professors of practice. And we also recently have a Samsung Innovation Campus that has been established through a partnership with Samsung, which again will help students continuously learn about emerging technologies and take that into the future with them.
Well, Avishka, let's look beyond academics. Can you tell us how is Nitte University ensuring a full-rounded student experience?
We focus on holistic learning, which is beyond just the classroom, and we encourage our students to embrace learning in all its forms. This could be by leveraging our industry collaborations and partnerships. We have such a collaboration with Sasken that provides them with technical skills in a technical workshop, along with industry opportunities in terms of internships. We also have AutoLive that helps our students undertake multidisciplinary learning and research in auto safety. We offer value-added courses also to our students through Google Cloud And this could be in terms of AI, DevOps, which is very relevant in today's day and age. We have AWS and Infosys Springboard value-added courses as well for our students. We encourage multidisciplinary research along with experiences that they can undertake from internships. Research is important to us, and we have multiple research areas on campus. Space research that is supported by ISRO. We have electric vehicle research supported by Mahindra, and we also have robotics research that is supported by IIT Delhi, which shows the breadth of research topics and opportunities that students can engage in and avail of. But more importantly, even though we place a very large emphasis on academic excellence, research, on internships, when you think about a well-rounded student or a student that is developed holistically, we need to consider mental health and well-being, because stress is a very important factor that needs to be addressed as a student. So for this, on campus, we have established the Center for Flourish, which is a center that is for mental health and well-being support for our students. It helps our students thrive both emotionally, personally, as well as academically. And this could be in the form of counseling, in the form of wellness initiatives, and also skill development classes. The vision here is to create a campus that is a safe space for students, that is inclusive and empathetic in nature. And we hope our students are able to equip themselves with strong psychological assets, be able to be resilient, and take upon any challenges that they might face personally and professionally moving forward. And the aim here, essentially, it boils down to them being able to reach their full potential without any restrictions. And when you speak about well-being, it's not just mental well-being, we should also consider physical well-being. For this, we have a lot of sports activities happening on campus. We also actually have a marathon that we will be conducting in the upcoming weeks, and it's one of a kind. When it comes to physical health, discipline is a very important quality, which is assured by our collaboration with NCC, which is National Cadet Corps. This essentially is a tri-service youth organization, and what it does is provide life skills and personality development for our students in the form of discipline, resilience, and it's well crafted within their academic curriculum. So it is already tailored to our students in such a way that they can leverage these skills in terms of teamwork, leadership as well, and use them in all forms of life. It's not just that they're limited to defense, paramilitary or government jobs. They can use these skills and transfer them even into the corporate world. And when you think about holistic student development, you can't forget student clubs, which is one of our driving factors for students. We have a lot of activities happening all across campus when it comes to these student clubs. We have technical and cultural clubs. Our technical clubs are ones like IEEE, NMIT Hacks, Itronics, and our cultural clubs are dance club, photography, theatre. So students can explore any of their hobbies that they have and make new friends, make more memories through participating in these clubs. We have two flagship events for both of these clubs in a year. One is our annual fest, which is Anadyanta, which is for our cultural clubs, and Geek Mayhem, which is a technical hackathon, and it's a flagship event for all our technical clubs. These events are very important for our students in terms of development, because when students participate and host such events at such a large scale, it gives them hands-on experiences and learning that they'll not only cherish for life, but also builds them for their future careers and just life outside of university. They are able to develop their communication skills, their team building skills, as well as problem solving skills, which is very essential moving beyond academics.
Well, let's talk about placements at Nitte University. In fact, what do placements at Nitte University reflect the value delivered to its students?
At Nitte University, placements is not just about job attainment, but it shows the effectiveness of how we have shaped our students in terms of skills, knowledge, attributes to make them future ready, job ready, and career professionals. When you think about placement outcomes, it's important to consider placement rates. At Nitte University, we have been fortunate enough to have high placement rates of more than 85%, which is a good indication that our students are equipped with the skills, attributes and behaviors that are required to go out into the real world and secure jobs, hopefully in their desired professions as well. When you look at our placed students, they are also being placed at companies of high quality. Good companies like London Stock Exchange, HSBC, Oracle, Nutanix are the likes of top companies that have recruited our students. And this shows the industry trust in our university and also the university's reputation that has been built over time in the industry. We also have some students who have been placed abroad. So students have been placed in Japan at the likes of well-established and renowned companies like Toyota, Fuji and Hitachi, which is again a reflection on strong placement outcomes. But before you consider placement outcomes, it's also essential to look back at how the students are being trained or they are being shaped. We look at internships and industry certifications. We offer around 43 industry certifications to our students, which will then equip them with the value-added skills that are required to attain the jobs. And in terms of industry internships, as mentioned, it is an integral part of our curriculum. So we have around 300 plus companies offering our students internships, which makes them more exposed to the real world even before they graduate university. And examples of companies offering internships to our students include Hashton by Deloitte, we have Epicor and also PhonePe.
Let's talk a little bit about the global exposures. Now, how has Nitte University embedded global exposures into the academic ecosystem?
At Nitte University, we embed global exposure through a mix of proven practices and a forward-looking lens. Starting off with a study abroad program, this is where our students can undertake the opportunity to go and study abroad for 1 semester at our partnered universities, which is North Dakota State University, George Mason University, Feng Chai University, Taiwan, and Kanazawa University, Japan. These are opportunities for students to get exposed to the different cultures in these different countries and learn with people from all over the world. Extending it beyond just 1 semester, we also have twinning programs offered to our students, which is a 3+2 module where students undertake their undergraduate degree at Nitte University and then they continue to pursue postgraduate programs at the international university. We have tied up with Penn State University for this and 2 Australian universities, Wollongong and Flinders University. This is essentially a program that has already started off in Bangalore and we are bringing it to our Bangalore campus as well, which we are really looking forward to, because spending more than a year abroad in terms of your postgraduate program gives them extra exposure before they go out into the real world and secure a job, which is very essential for our students. We also have international faculty, scholars and professors that we invite to our campus in order to provide keynote speeches, guest lecture series, co-teach modules, wherein they impart their international knowledge to our students being on this campus itself. This is essential for our students, and we've had people providing lectures from an international aspect from the US, Mexico, Japan, as well as Australia, which is good exposure for our students being on this campus. We also have final year students being able to leverage the collaborative global capstone project opportunity, where they are able to get an international co-mentor or a professor who is from an international university to guide them and mentor them, along with international peers and colleagues. This is important for students because they are now exposed to the international academic ecosystem, the international challenges, and it widens their knowledge and skill set as well. When it comes to global exposure, it should be all-inclusive and should be experience-driven. So for this, we have cultural and academic immersion programs where our students go abroad for an international visit and are completely immersed in the international culture and the academic landscape in different countries. which equips them for the future. When you think about global exposure and studying abroad or working abroad, many countries also require students to know the local or the native language. So for that, we have equipped students with classes on international language training. We've offered German and French in the past, and currently we're offering our students Japanese as a language. So this will equip them further to go abroad and have a smooth transition from university to the work culture by also having an added skill set of language training.
Well, looking ahead, what role do you see Nitte University playing in shaping the next generation of future-ready professionals?
When you talk about the next generation, you're talking about Gen Z. We at our university are very conscious about their aspirations and expectations, and this is dovetailed into our offerings. Looking at the philosophy of NEP, how to learn is more vital than what to learn. So at our university, we place a premium not just on classroom attendance, but making learning more creative and more exciting. We aim to ensure our students are equipped with skills like resilience, self-learning, self-motivation. So it helps them deal with all their challenges later on in life, and they are well equipped when they leave our campus and move on into their professions. We also want our students to understand our campus is known to be a psychologically safe space, and this creates an ambience for learning, and we would like to continue to strengthening along these lines. We are also seeing a transition from teaching to learning, where it's not just a transition in terms of methodologies, but also a transition in terms of mindset. Classrooms are now changing from a teaching zone to a learning space, and our faculty is well equipped to create this transition, and we're already seeing results where there is increased classroom engagement, classroom content, and even learners' outputs have been improved. If you look at the higher education landscape, they place a premium on innovation and research. And our university is a research and innovation ecosystem, and we are trying to scale up in that sense. We already produce projects that are authentically multidisciplinary. We involve PhD scholars, we involve postgraduate students and undergraduate students, and create an environment for innovation that allows students to experience the real world. So students are essentially moving from the world of study to the world of work. And if you look at today's world, AI is everywhere. It is the topic everyone is talking about. So AI is now integrated even in the process of learning in every single discipline. And we ensure that our students are made aware and mindful of the fact that AI is just a tool. It's not actually the master. Human intelligence has to be provided with equal importance, if not more, because it's human intelligence ultimately that has created and is driving artificial intelligence. So when we leverage digital technologies and AI on campus, we ensure that the philosophy and principle of human intelligence being more important, or the core as compared to AI, is followed through in all these aspects. And given digital transformation, digital technology, we also want our stakeholders to leverage global connections, which is rapidly increasing through technology, and make sure that they can take advantage of these opportunities moving forward. If we circle back to our vision, values are at its core. At our university, when it comes to all our core engagements, core commitments, and our secure environment, we continuously remember our fundamental and core values, which is respect for others, being empathetic, being ethically grounded, professional, and having a global vision. And these are the core values that decide and dictate all our priorities at Nitte University.
Well, thank you, Ms. Punja, for those insights. In fact, on that note, we are coming to the end of the show. But it is also, this was a closer look as far as institutions like Nitte University is concerned, how they're working towards meeting the demands of a fast evolving world. On that note, it's a wrap on the special segment. Keep watching etnow.in for more conversations that matter.
Thank you.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.